Ladies and gentlemen,
now tuned into the motherfucking greatest.
This is the Hype Reality Podcast.
listen,
Hype-reality.com.
listen, or I'll kill ya.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hype Reality Podcast. Thank you for tuning in. However, which way you're fucking doing it. My name is Emilio, aka Triple D, aka the Dominican Dirk Diggler, along with my co-host
Ephraim.
Yep. Yeah, man. We got a lot to talk about. Let's get right to it. Let's talk about some shit.
I want to talk about Jay Z, who's now the advisor for Andrew Cuomo. Let's go to his autobiography for Jay Z. I sold crack to addicts who were killing themselves, collecting the wrinkled bills they got from God knows where, and making sure they got their rocks to smoke. I stood there thinking, what the blank am I doing? Why would the governor pick him?
Well, let's be clear. The governor spoke to a number of people.
Really?
One of them is Jay Z. Why?
Really?
What do you mean by
can't
really?
do better than the former crack dealer?
It looks like Jay Z was mentioned in one of the latest New York Post stories titled "Cuomo has policing powwow with rap mogul," and then in parentheses, and ex crack dealer. I got a lot of attention. Brought up Jay Z's kind of checkered past in regards to like fuck his run-ins with the law and stuff. And mainly like his lyrics, like a lot of his lyrics referring to his like his come up days and fucking selling crack and moving white and all this shit. And I think it caught a lot of people off guard. I think it's kind of a dick move, and it's almost like trying to discredit like this guy, everything that he's done since, kind of shit. Like I think that's the idea.
Because in all reality, besides like him stabbing Rivera, he hasn't been convicted of anything.
Right.
All the crack dealing tales that he's spun over the years
Supposedly.
are just alleged.
Yeah. But I think it's weird. Because not like shit. Jay-Z's made a fucking shitload of money off of these rap lyrics. He's like these fucking a lot of these goddamn crack metaphors and fucking punchlines and shit or whatever. So it shouldn't be that surprising if somebody's like, hey, man, I don't think you're probably the best person to be talking about, doing things right and not committing crimes.
Well, it's like this.
But it's not. None of this is like, it could be like fugazi. Like, it's just shit that he raps up. Maybe shit that he's seen, shit that he's, what other cases. Like, I don't think it's like going to discredit, like, I think he has a good understanding of like what people are going through, especially in New York of all places, and in like fucking the projects or whatever the case is. I think his say should be very like taken, I think, fairly serious. And I think what this guy is trying to do is obviously discredit that.
And again, it goes back into the fact that he's expressed himself through his art. Again, he's not like this known menace that was going around selling crack and everyone has to be wary about. The only reason we know about Jay-Z's crack dealing and all that stuff, the general public, is because he's expressed himself through his art, which is totally legal. And it's kind of weird for the Post or any of these other conservative, talking head people to fucking jump on that and seize that. Like, you don't define other forms of artists and artistry and say, oh, they're this type of person because they're in this type of movie or they make this type of song. And also, it's kind of missing context. I mean, like, yeah, Jay-Z does rap a lot about crack and crack dealing, but it's from a certain kind of place. It's usually from either, especially at this point in his career, it's usually from like him kind of reminiscing back on stuff. He's not saying like, oh, I'm gonna fucking sell you some coke right now, whatever. He's talking about how he used to do shit. It's not like he's, like how he is like some of the younger rappers.
Baking soda. I got baking soda.
It also, I think it's, I remember when I was younger, and even kind of recently, like whenever I listen to rap lyrics, or when I listen to like rap songs and shit like that, I used to be like, how the fuck are they able to talk about this shit and not get arrested? Like, it seems like they're damn near fucking confessing on these goddamn songs. It's like, I was like, any cop would just like pull up, like, okay, so, let's just cross-reference this and a little bit of that. Yep, I think I got a case here.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
That's why I never got the outrage.
10 crack commandments, huh?
I never got the outrage for people about like the whole hip hop police shit. Like, everyone always talks about like there's like a special police force that basically tracks rappers and like their lyrics and their whereabouts because they're going around bragging about committing all these crimes.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get surprised when you have all these eyes on you, and when you do commit a crime, you get arrested, and you wonder why these people are targeting you. That's the fucking same shit's happening to Bobby Shmurda right now. Like, Talks about kissing a body about a week ago.
Bobby Shmurda, one of 2014's breakout rap sensations, has reportedly been arrested at New York City's infamous Quad Studios. The 20-year-old rapper was arrested at the studios on Wednesday morning on weapons charges along with other members of Shmurda's GS9 crew.
I don't remember as closely, like, when I was younger, like, any of these guys talking about fucking killing, slaying. I don't remember any of those guys going to jail or any of this shit, at least not for these, alleged crimes or the shit that they're talking about or that they witnessed, like, so it is, like, kind of bringing that around a little bit, like, trying to bring attention to that, like, this is what he's talking about, speak it how you live it kind of shit, blah, 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 but nonetheless, like, I still think it's, like, I think it's a dick move or whatever, just to discredit him.
Yeah, it's like, I hate to put that kind of gaze on it, but I think there's a little bit of race that's to play a part in it, because at the end of the day you have this successful black person, and even Jay Z said it himself in a song he had with Coldplay. He's like, no matter how high you go, they always gotta remind you that you're ghetto. And like with him, it's like he's done all these things, making these big moves with Rock Nation and stuff like that, but like he's in these people's eyes, he's always gonna be a crack dealer. But whereas you have other people who've come from these very checkered past and done these shady things and have risen to politics and all these other things, but we don't reference those wrongdoings. Man, what about fucking George Bush, man? Like, everyone knows his past. Like, motherfuckers just out there sniffing coke, like
fucking college,
drunk driving. That shit's like on record. We know
right,
that shit's happened. But you're not gonna fucking if George Bush comes out with a book tomorrow, you're gonna be like, oh, former drunk driving son of a bitch. Like, you're gonna give him the respect that you feel he's earned as becoming president. And they don't want to offer that to someone like a Jay Z, which I think it's a way for me. I think ultimately
a way to keep him down.
Well, not even just that, but it's ultimately a way for them to like attack the messenger instead of the message. The message is that like people want to see changing in policing in the city and like around the country,
right?
And especially in the time when this came about, like with all the protests, whatever, like there's a big unifying message everyone's kind of getting behind. So they can't really attack that. So what they're gonna do is fucking attack this dude and like drug dealer bullshit, whatever. Like, but you're not gonna attack what he's actually saying in the context of the meeting. You kind of undermine it, and that's their way of undermining it, the message ultimately, by attacking someone like Jay Z for doing the right thing, doing what we would want him to do in his position of power.
All right, celebrities have lost millions of followers because of the Instagram purge that went down. So the number of followers we all have has changed because of fake accounts, spam accounts. Some people paid their followers. But Mase, in particular, lost 1.5 million Instagram followers, and after that, he deleted his account.
Oh, we're going to talk about it for after the hour.
Oh, that's where we're going?
Oh, we're going to talk about it for after the hour.
Damn it.
And I believe Baller Alert called him out on it, and that's when he went and deleted that and his Twitter account. He went from 1.6 million followers on Instagram to 272,000.
That guy's looking super lame lately, man. I feel bad for him.
He's having a lot of bad looks.
He's looking real lame lately. You had fucking him try to run up on Charlemagne. That didn't work out so well. He went to one of them concerts like overseas. There wasn't a fucking body there. Like, he came out on stage and that shit was just crickets. He's like, man, what the fuck?
That's the funny thing about the people wanting to buy Instagram followers, because like I get it. Like you want to create a presence for yourself. And you want to like be able to, when you walk into these meetings, like with these brands, say, hey, I'm such and such. I have X amount of followers. You should give me X amount of dollars. But you have to remember, these people aren't real. These followers you have aren't real. And it's going to show one way or another, whether it's when you're overseas trying to have a concert and only 50 people show up. It's like, wait, that makes no sense. This guy has like 1 million some followers, but no one showed up to his concert. Like, I think that's fucking stupid. But again, it kind of shows where we're at with it. And like, in terms of, internet fame and how crucial it is for anybody, like even for your A-list celebrities. I remember like Taylor Swift had an article she had written about, and she didn't name any names, but she said one of her close friends, an A-list actress, was up for a part for a movie, and it was basically down to her and another chick, and the studio basically said, okay, which one has more Instagram and Twitter followers? And the other girl had more followers, and they gave the part to that girl, because they want to be able to, when the movie comes around, for that person to promote the shit. And they put a lot of that in the contracts. Like, hey, once you get this role, a part of your press run is you got to fucking tweet this shit. You got to fucking promote this shit on your Instagram, Twitter, and so forth. And so it's starting to play a bigger part in it. And a lot of these like Vine stars and Instagram stars, like they get a lot of sponsorship from these like small brands, and they charge based on the amount of followers they have. Like, so if you want to get like an original tweet or an original Vine from them, you got to pay them, like $4,000 or something stupid like that, or take a picture with your product and put it on their personal Instagram. All that shit is fucking dollars and cents. So it makes sense that Instagram would crack down on this shit.
I think it is weird because like I noticed certain things like as I started using like social media a lot more. Mainly, I noticed it with Twitter and Instagram. It's like you automatically look at how many followers anybody has when you first meet them, like how many followers they have, and then how many people they're following or whatnot. It's like it's almost like you're cooler if you have more people following you than you actually follow or some shit, which is also a very dick move. I happen to be that person, but like, like then you have situations like Louis C.K., who like that's a big statement that he has like over 1 million, like he has a shitload of followers on Twitter, and he follows like what, nobody?
Yeah, probably nobody.
Yeah, it's like fucking crazy. The Rock has like 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, whatever, a shitload of followers on Twitter. He follows Muhammad Ali. That's the only person he follows. Don't get me wrong, it's a good choice. And so like a lot of people got hit, man. Like I saw like what was it, like Akon lost like 2.5 million fucking people or some shit. That's ridiculous. You had that many fake people following you, like that is fucking crazy.
It's not necessarily these people are buying these followers. Like this happens. Like you're gonna attract people to you're gonna attract certain like bots and shit to like follow you, but
like flies to shit.
Yeah, but what makes it seems pretty clear that he fucking bought all those followers, and he had all the all the reason to buy all these followers. So he wants to establish himself as a figure back in rap. So he bought all these followers that make him seem like he's bigger than what he was.
He wants to have like that like Lauryn Hill status or some shit. Like, yo, I was real hot back then and I can come back whenever kind of shit because I'm just that guy. Like he wants to have that kind of praise or whatnot. And don't get me wrong, like when I was a kid, Mase was cool as fuck. Like I loved, like everybody liked Bad Boy at the time or whatnot, but Mase was my favorite or whatever. I thought Mase was cool as shit. That whole Harlem World movement was awesome. But like something was real funny when your main man was the first person to talk shit about you when you did the little fucking little pastor shit and blah, blah, blah. And then you came back, Junit. Now you're Murder Mase again or some other bullshit when you're just fucking like you left rap for, speaking the gospel. How the hell do you lose that many fucking people? Like how desperate are you to get like, poor guy. Poor guy.
What do you think about it in general? Like people that are like not just looking for fame, but like internet fame. Like that's what I feel as if you're like a 16-year-old who's like at all tech savvy, like that's the type of like route you're looking to try to get on now. Like my fucking cousin, who's like 14 years old, has the most boring suburban life out there in New Jersey. That kid has 1,000 followers, and just him taking selfies and doing stupid shit. I think it's probably a red flag. I don't know why his parents are on that shit. Like when the guy's gonna get fucking get molested or some shit. That's the first thing I thought about. Like what the fuck? Like all these people following your son while he's taking pictures of him, like watching TV and shit. Like where's the fucking stranger danger? Oh, there's like some kind of like those like Chris Hansen like crack
It's
team.
so funny though because like back then, like every time you heard of shit like on the internet, and it was like it's always bad. Like when fucking people are doing stuff on the internet, like chat rooms, like those are predatory sites, like all these guys, handjob 69 or whatever, blah, like all these weird pervy motherfuckers are on these chat rooms or on these weird websites and blah, blah, like dating online. You're this big fucking loser and all this shit. And like now it's just like it's just what happens now. Like they encourage you to follow people. They encourage you to take these routes. And like the online thing, I think the reason why it's so it's such a big thing to get is because it's an everyman kind of thing. Like anybody can fucking do it. Like anybody can give it a shot. Like it costs nothing to make a YouTube account. It costs nothing to make an Instagram. Everybody has all this shit. Like everything's accessible nowadays, and that's the one avenue that anybody can have. Unless you're like in Uganda or some shit, like you don't have internet. But there's definitely anybody can get on the internet and do these type of things and whatnot. And so, fuck, man, a lot of people made a lot of fucking money off of stupid fucking shit, like that stupid Chocolate Rain fucking kid and that weird Tron guy and blah, blah, blah. Like, those guys can get fucking money or do whatever, get all that attention, get all that noise. Anybody can fucking do it.
I know there are a lot of girls that must be thinking they're lucky stars.
Oh, my God. That Instagram lane is serious right now.
That shit is like fucking, talk about a saturated market. That shit is ridiculous. Like
Girls have more followers than the president. Like,
Oh
this
my
shit is
God.
ridiculous.
and all of them work out, whatever. It's like, and they work out in the most sexiest like poses. Like it's so funny. It's like these girls are going around, they go out, and they get these ass shots, and then once their ass heals, they go and like get some spandex, and they go to the gym and make it seem like that's what they're doing the whole
pretty
time.
much.
And then they try to sell you some like workout routine that they've come up with, which is like bullshit because they got like ass injections. So I guess it's a way to flip that, take something that's fake and make something that's real.
Anything that you could do, like, I think the fact that there's like a monetary end to it is pretty fucking enticing. The fact that you could just at your house or wherever you're at, just like, oh, YOLO, take this, snap that. I get like a fucking tons of likes, tons of tweets, whatever the fuck it is, and then I can make some money on the side from not literally doing shit. Like, all those bitches is bad. Like, that's all they are on Instagram. Like, there's so many good-looking girls on Instagram now. It's fucking alarming. And
It's crazy.
I don't even know where the people find these girls at. Like, it just because they're not friends of anybody. Like, I know a lot of dudes that follow a lot of chicks on Instagram, and I know damn well not one of them know that bitch or know like friends of that bitch or anything. It's like they're just hot, and someone found out that they're hot, and then like they liked a picture, and then other friends found out like, oh, what the fuck are they liking? Oh shit, that bitch is bad. And then they have other hot friends. Like, it's like this is the craziest phenomena that is happening right now.
It's like a whole lane for that shit. Like,
Yeah.
First thing you do is take a bunch of hot ass pictures.
Yep.
You hire some photographer to take the pictures for you.
Yep.
Then what? You come out with like a jewelry line or like some little clothes bullshit. Then
You can come out with anything.
Yeah. Then you get tapped to, like host parties.
Yep.
And then you
Clubs.
then you get some little workout routine. Get your own little brand.
Knowing that you don't work out.
If I work out, I'll put that in air quotes because all they're basically doing is like squats and leg lifts.
That's another conversation. Girls don't do shit at the gym. Like, girls do weird little queer workouts, and it just works out for them. Like, they'll pull up like 2.5 pound dumbbells and curl for like 30 seconds. Up, yep, work it, got it.
I was in the gym one time, and the funniest thing was like I was in that New York Sports Club where like they have like the fucking all the mirrors and shit. And this girl walked in, like literally walked in, took a picture of herself in the mirrors,
walked out,
a selfie, and walked the fuck out. I was like, damn.
Well, then you have another phenomenon. I remember this like early on, like when people first started like getting really big, faking the funk kind of shit or whatever. Is like, you've been downtown in Orlando, right? How fucking boring and whack is downtown Orlando? Downtown Orlando sucks ass.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Nothing happens in downtown Orlando. Some random black people getting punched in the face on like
World Star.
World Star. There you go. It's like, it's a joke. It's a real joke. But everybody posts pictures of what a fucking amazing time they had downtown. But when you hang out with them, when you go out with them, that shit is as boring as you thought it'd be. But because they caught it in the moment, like, everybody now, and like take a picture of it, and they take 3 or 4 of those, 5 or 6. Shit, man, they had a crazy fucking night or whatnot. It's a front. It's a front. I don't know how to. It's like, but it's just it's a different thing. Like, is there so many different things that people do to manipulate?
It's like a weird kind of like psychosis that people have.
I believe so. Like, people want to be popular. People want to be liked. People want to feel like they're cool or some shit or whatever. Everybody wants that Fonzie effect. You walk in, everybody's like, "Hey, you."
Well, that's a phenomenon that has to relate to like social media. Like everyone, like it's a weird thing because people think that like social media and posting things like make you happier, but like study after study shows like
stresses you out.
The more time you spend on social media, the more depressed you are.
FOMO is a short expression for fear of missing out.
It's a syndrome blamed on social media, a fear that if you're not hooked in, you'll miss out on an important piece of information.
And that, believe it or not, creates a heightened level of stress and anxiety.
You're watching all these people do this, like, you know, I'll put quote unquote like this, like, all this cool shit, all this fun shit, man. He's over there, he's doing it, he's making it, he's doing all this whatever. That girl, man, she is fucking sexy as fuck, man. Her life must be perfect, or like all these certain things. You get me, like you become envious of almost everything, and you're constantly looking at it, and you're constantly refreshing your page, and you're constantly wanting to see more.
Right.
It's a weird fucking thing. It is a phenomenon, and it blows my fucking mind. Like, I get, like, if I post something, like, for a little bit, I'll be like, how many likes do I get? All right, cool. I got more. Like, once I don't see anybody's name, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, but it's still like a real basic thing. That's how I look at it. Like, I do a little bit, and like I try not to go on it too much. Like, I check through it every once in a while, but it becomes very addicting, and it also kind of plays into everybody's, like, everybody just wants to be peeking into everybody's life, like, and they give you this window. that's there all of the fucking time, and people are constantly updating it.
My weird thing is, I mean, I don't have like a ton of followers and like that on Instagram, but every now and then I'll post a picture, and then I'll meet someone in real life, and then like they're like, "Oh yeah, I saw you were down there at this place, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "You saw my picture, but you didn't like it though. What's up with that? What kind of fuck shit is that, motherfucker?" Like, I should have noticed that kind of stuff. Other thing I always find weird, like when you have like a celebrity and like they go on like Swiss Beats. He was on a Breakfast Club one time, and he was like, "Oh, you know, like people think I'm like trying to stunt on Instagram, but like really it's supposed to be motivation for you. That's why I take a picture of my nice watch and my nice boat trips, and I want people to motivate them." Like I get that to a point, but at a certain point, again, going back to these studies, whatever, like it's just going to depress people because it's not like he's posting that and he posts a business plan. He's just posting like all this stupid shit.
It's not like he's doing like one of those time lapses in the office. Like he's there for like 30 hours. Oof, hard work. It's not, you get me? It's not like he's literally just like, "Hey, look at this. I have this Viper. They only made 14 of them. I only had to throw up $9 million for that. Easy money."
Even someone like Mayweather, he's not posting out like, "Hey, here's my eating regimen. Here's how many push-ups I do." It's like, no, it's him with all these stupid ass chicks running around like
all these goddamn mulatto bitches massaging him and rubbing oil on his titties and shit. It's like, yeah, man, just living the good life, bro. Like you don't see how much time that man's in the fucking gym. It is weird, man, and it's powerful and it's addictive. Like the whole online like social media thing, it's shit. We're talking about it. Like it's a fucking very powerful, very potent tool that a lot of people will use. And it could definitely benefit you, and in situations like this, it could definitely expose you. So, shit, Money Mase, fucking good luck in life, bro. I think you're done, bro.
Yeah, but it's funny because like, everyone's shitting on Mase, but we're doing it. But I feel like anyone would do that situation. If anyone was exposed the way like he was exposed, like they would fucking get rid of their Instagram and Twitter immediately and like hide under a rock because it's fucking embarrassing.
I think it's very
like,
embarrassing.
Like you're literally paying for imaginary friends.
Yep.
Like you look like such a fucking loser. Oh god.
It's kind of harsh.
That's less loser.
He's looking lame as shit right now. I feel bad. Like it's ridiculous. Like these guys can't shake it or whatnot, and like they will do anything, literally anything, to fucking get back on top or get a little bit of that attention, a little bit of that shine, just to get mentioned, be fucking out there. And he's getting butt fucked hard right now.
What do you think like something like this is doing to kids that have like basically been born with this type of internet and this type of tools at literally at their fingertips?
I think it's definitely like fucking up their vision, like their fucking view on things, like their idea of reality and shit like that. Because
I don't think like kids, again, I mean most adults I feel can't differentiate between Instagram and real life. Like
right.
I think kids, that's probably making them more. Like my fucking niece has Instagram. She's constantly just posting selfies all the fucking time, and like I'm sure she's affected by this stuff too, or even just kids in general. They see someone what shit they post, and they think that's their real life, and they may feel depressed because they're not living that life, and they like look at their favorite celebrities or some of their friends, and they feel inferior because they're not doing all this quote unquote cool shit.
I don't know. I think it gives you like a false kind of interpretation of what the like outside world really is. Like it's almost like maybe this might be a bad example, but I'll go for it. It's like porn stars or whatnot. Like porn stars have sex on videotape like twice a week, 3 times a week or some shit.
Okay.
And people will swear up and down they're having sex all of the fucking time, but any regular person has sex twice a week. If they have a girlfriend or they're fucking busy, they have sex 2-3 times a week, 4 times a week. You're not gonna get the reputation like, man, look at that guy over there, man. He's fucking all the damn time. But you see any of these fucking guys, Lex Steele walks around, damn, that guy's getting pussy 24/7. Literally, sex on tape. It's just how everybody wants to be perceived in this way. Everyone wants to feel popular. Everybody wants to be liked, and that's literally what this thing can do very well. Or, yeah, it's a phenomenon. I think is a good word to use it.
If you ever get bored enough and you want a good laugh, like just go through and find one of these hot ass Instagram models
and look what people say.
Look at those goddamn comments. Like, oh man, people say the most weirdest shit. Like, oh, I want you to fucking sit on my face and fart down my mouth, and the weirdest shit. Like, it's crazy how.
Man, I'd love to put my nose in your butthole.
It's crazy what that little wall of the internet like can do for someone's confidence.
Well, you see that all day. You see that very often, especially when people start like confronting one another online. Like, I think that was a funny shit, like, really early on when people would literally talk shit to one another. And you know damn well one for sure is not about that life. And shit, there's a good chance that both of them are not about that life. But on, like, you just click send. That shit's really easy. Like, type up some real cool shit. Watch, I don't know, I've been watching a lot of, fucking Rocky or some shit. I got some cool lines to say or some crap. Bust your skull. Listen to a bunch of different rap albums. Throw some punchlines. People talk so much shit online, it blows your fucking mind. It's like almost like they enter this world of make believe. Like, you could be anybody you want to be, and you can say whatever you want to say because there's no jury or executioner unless someone actually responds back to you. Then it becomes very entertaining. I think all of it's just very entertaining. I will never like any of these girls on Instagram. That's fucking weird to me. I will definitely never comment.
Do that shit all day.
Yeah, I will definitely not comment on these bitches either. Just like to hype them up even more. Like, fuck it. I'll see it and I'm like, yo, don't get me wrong. That's awesome. Like, God bless you. But I will never, I don't want to give too much attention. Like, it's just weird. And I don't want to be too, like, out of self. Like, I try to stay, like, as close to who I am on these fucking things as possible.
Yeah, I guess at the end of the day, it's all problems that you get when you have a new technology, and we're just learning how to adjust to it. Maybe, like, if something like this exists when we have kids, they'll probably grow up better at it than we are.
But I think as parents, you gotta, like, I think you have to tell them, or somebody, like an older brother or whatever, has to tell them, like, you know, this shit is like fugazi. Like, this shit is not exactly accurate. Like,
right.
And also, it's like a lot of like people in the inner cities and like people that are growing up like impoverished, like less fucking fortunate shit like that. They see all the shit that these people have, and like they want it so bad, but they don't understand the work behind it or the process to which it was achieved. Mm-hmm. So they now have like these like these false idols and these false like ideas of how to get it, and then they go to avenues that will give them a lot of money in a short period of time.
Yeah,
i.e. fucking drug dealing or whatever the hell it is. Like, these people want to achieve this like this fucking like goal, this world so bad because of the way they're seeing it. And it's constantly forced on them every day. Like, every second of your life. Like, you can go on your phone anytime now and just look at these people. Like, when you follow, like, celebrities and shit, they have a lot more money than you. Like, they're going to be doing a lot cooler shit. Like, you're not going to Dubai, bitch. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I think as kids, like, seeing that shit, or I don't think they really understand that.
It's only entertainment.
That's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for streaming.
Yeah, thanks guys for showing the support. Thanks for checking out that our last podcast, Get Off My Dick. Granted, you guys probably some of y'all might have thought it was J. Cole's actual song, but I know a lot of you guys have been tuning in and leaving comments and you know.
I think that should be a new thing. We should just title it like very popular things at the time. Like next one's gonna be like Jay Z featuring B.I.G. Like Brooklyn's finest. Damn, we got like 1,000 clicks this time. Fuck yeah.
That's funny.
Damn, we should sneak that shit. That'd be pretty cool. Please subscribe to our iTunes podcast and rate it. Leave comments on our SoundCloud. Follow us on SoundCloud. Tell your friends, whatever you can do. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it. Till next time, happy holidays. Peace.